Be sure to go to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. It's a good deal, and it helps support the show. What is up, Planeswalkers? Theric 6 back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena, and today we're playing some more Bolas. It's Wednesday. Wednesday is Bolas Day. We're playing Bolas. I'm not even going to show the deck. It's the exact same deck as last time. I have an entire playlist of Nicol Bolas from the beginning of the closed beta for Arena. I've literally been playing some iteration of this deck since I've been able to. And I will be continuing to play some iteration of this deck, even though it'll no longer be standard. I will be playing Bolas on Arena as long as it's literally possible. Is it going to be bad? From time to time, yes. Do I care? No, not even remotely. Praise Bolas and all that. I do want to give a quick shout out to a newer... I'm noticing the name recently. A newer channel individual named Byleth, or that's the name that they used. They helped me improve my thumbnail a little bit, so preach. This hand, we got some goods against aggro and some goods against control, so I think I'm gonna keep this. It's super dangerous, but we're going second and we have Temple, so I think I'm okay. Opponent mulligan down to 5. I think that was their second mulligan, so it's even better, especially if they are on control, where I can Agonizing Remorse and take even more of their hand away. We are playing best of 3, because best of 3 is the best for me. It just gives me the most options, so I tend to prefer best of 3 to best of 1, because best of 3 is how I learned to play. Well, it's not technically how I learned to play Magic. It's how I learned to play competitive Magic. And whenever I played Standard, I would actually care about winning. Oh, okay. It's a good draw. Just like to get a land. That's a fine land. We don't have double blue, but that's okay. We do have access to double black, but we don't technically need it. So here... Here, I think what I'm going to do is pay some life and hold up Tyrant Scorn. Because the thing is, they might have giants, in which case I will need to use my Tyrant Scorn to kill the giant. And then I can use my Elspeth's Nightmare to kill the Pelt Collector. That's interesting. Oh, they don't have the mana for it. So I guess I'm just going to do this now. Yep, they just didn't have the mana. Which means here I'm going to Remorse. So I don't care about the First Iron games, because I can Elspeth's Nightmare to get rid of that nonsense. Questing Beast I technically do have a way to deal with. So I think Anax is the strongest card there. They could obviously get a land and play the Giants, but they didn't, so we should be fine. Here we're going to go ahead and get an island, or the island, as it were. And we will go ahead and just play Kefnet to start. Now, obviously, I am showing my opponent a little bit of my deck. You know, not everyone's playing Okay, no one's playing Grixis right now anyway, so it doesn't actually matter. Rugged Highlands in a Gruul aggressive deck. I do not know if I agree with that. I could just, So, I think I want to hold up Murderous Rider to smoke some fools. Okay, they're just playing the First Iron games. So that does mean that I'm not going to smoke this fool, because I can Elspeth's Nightmare to smoke this fool. So instead, I am going to Vantress. I think I want this. Temple... Yeah, I think this is fine. I do want a little bit more mana. Go and play this first, get rid of this. Play the Temple, keep it on top. Ashiok's totally fine there. Excuse me. Do I want to play Fae of Wishes? I'm definitely going to attack. I think I'm going to play Fae of Wishes. It's just one of them. But this way I can't chump, right? I was going to say, I have something to potentially block a Questing Beast. But I don't have anything to block a Questing Beast, so I'm going to take 4. But honestly, that should be fine. I can Ashiok bounce it if I really want to. What's in their hand? Oh, another Questing Beast. That's great to know. No, I'm gonna bounce it so they don't get the draw trigger either. I am going to keep Kefnet back to block this one.
There is little as exquisite as the
I suspect that they're gonna get rid of one of the Questing Beasts. Yeah. So if they want, they could potentially just use Bonecrusher Giant to kill my Ashiok, but that's not really a great plan. I guess now they can Bonecrusher Giant and play it. Nope. They decide to attack, but I get to just have essentially a free block there. Because Kefnet comes back, Questing Beast will not. So this is Gruul. I'm surprised they haven't conceded at this point, to be honest with you. This is worth... This is like worth more than 2 damage. So I think I'm fine doing that. They already know I have Fae of Wishes, but I don't think I need to reveal anything to them. This game should be pretty much wrapped. Yeah, I think I should have hit them for 1, but it doesn't matter. I think I would rather just hold the Murderous Rider to potentially kill something untoward, but yeah. Do I want to kill that? Sure. I'm going to take 4 from it, go down to 5, but I can then cast it. I guess... No, even a Questing Beast would be okay. So, we'll cast the fires, because might as well. And this way, next turn, I can Vantress before my upkeep. Or before my draw, sorry. Obviously, I can't block a Questing Beast, but they've already gone through a couple of those. Cool. Game 1. Moving on to game 2 against Gruul. So this seems like a relatively large version of Gruul. Are you serious? Can I not? Can I not look at... Thank you. So relatively large version of Gruul. They do have the Pelt Collectors. So I don't think Cry the Carnarium is super impactful. Unmoored Ego. I definitely need Enter the God-Eternals. Eugene. I don't think I need Eugene. I'm going second, so Unmoored Ego is not good. Potentially hitting a Questing Beast early is nice, but I don't think I need it. The only other option is like Sarkin. And I think these two are honestly fine. In this matchup specifically, I think the versatility of Ashiok is slightly better. Just because my opponent's not going to be playing like things of their own. Do I bring in the other Cry? No, I don't think so. Yeah, I think this is just fine as is. I'll definitely be looking to get an Elspeth Conquers Death from the sideboard. But I cannot bring that in main, because it only works when I have Fires of Invention, so. Gualasaur? Is that a real thing? Gualasaur. I do not see it. This is an okay hand. My opponent did take a mulligan. Once again, like keeping a 2-lander is not the best decision, but once again, we're going second. We have double discard. Our opponent already decided to discard. We have these to potentially chump, so I think I'm okay. Watery Grave into a Tyrant Scorn if they have a good 1-drop. Otherwise, I can Thought Erase. Cool. Draw. Or 1-drop or 2-drop. I forgot. Do they have a 2-drop? No, fantastic. Since I'm possibly going to be playing Tyrant Scorn anyway, I think I will just go with a Thought Erasure, play the Temple of Malice tapped. They didn't see Fires of Invention, but I mean, they obviously knew I had it. But yeah, we just take NX here. We take their threats. We keep that on top. That was my second turn, dumbass. It's fine. I think I play this and just get rid of Embercleave. Temple of Deceit. Do I want that one? Yes. I'm actually fine with these lands because I do plan on playing Fires of Invention. Do I say fuck it and just get rid of the Return to Nature? Because they're a little bit a ways from Embercleave, so I think I would rather get rid of Return to Nature. Yes. They play Gallia this turn. And now I can... Both very similar in what they can do. I think that I will be... Yeah, I'm going to play the Invention here and Scorn the Druid. Destroy. Yeah. This way, next turn, I can Fae of Wishes into... I can't Fae of Wishes into specifically End of the God-Eternals, but I can Fae of Wishes into a Cred. I'm very sorry. I'm very, very sorry. I don't think I need Conqueror's Death. I think I would rather just, like, have a Sarkhan or a Bolas. I guess I'd slightly rather have a Sarkhan. Pellet Collector? Sure. Or Pellet Collector means very little.
I fight with a dragon's rage. Your end has arrived.
So he has to get a larger creature in order to be able to attack with the Pellet Collector. Like, to begin with. Because if he just goes land... Rude! That's fine, I actually don't care. Because at this point, my opponent is... dead.
Here. Creeping, thieving. Might demands power.
Boop, boop. Yeah, even if they... Yeah, I can just attack. Because if they get a land in order to play the Embercleave, they can't actually attack my stuff. Now, they could get a Questing Beast, and that would be able to take down Ashiok or Sarkhan. I don't think... They couldn't do both. Because Pellet Collector gets blocked regardless. Yeah, no matter what they drew, they were dead. It's possibly a factor that they had to mulligan, and that's just kind of what put them in, essentially. But could also just be that my deck's the best, because Bolas rewards the worthy by turning them into puppets. Marcuccio. Go ahead and play first, thank you. What are with these hands? About to throw these hands. This one is not keepable. We're going first, and we have one land. Well, I've really been rewarded for keeping suspect hands, but I do think that this one would run me a little ragged. So I think I'm gonna mulligan. I think this was a satisfactory mulligan. We keep this. I think we keep the Bolas and we get rid of one of the Fae. We go ahead and Temple of Deceit first. Fantastic. Yeah, I think this turned out a lot better than the initial hand even potentially could have. If we're up against aggro, we have Elspeth's Nightmare. Otherwise, we can kind of eat them more or less alive. Okay, fantastic. So this could just be the Azorius control build. I suspect it could still be Esper, but I'm suspecting that this is Azorius. I'll show him that I'm Grixis because I don't think it matters all that much. Oh shit, they are Esper, but they didn't lead off with Temple of Silence. Fucking why? What? I don't understand at all. I mean, I'm taking the Thought Erasure because it is one of the strongest cards in their hand. The Agonizing Remorse doesn't allow them to surveil. Atris could be an issue. I think that's fine. I do need land. It's not the best of them, but... So do they just play Birth of Melodus? That's... Oh, I guess they needed blue regardless, but they had this. They could have... They should have went with the Temple, because they would have at least been able to cast that. I don't understand. I don't understand that line of play. Right? For what it's worth, I could definitely be missing something. None of these other boards are interactable. Like, the Radical board's great. And they play this, so they give me more information. So they're probably going to remorse me next turn. That probably takes my Bolas. Just going to hit non-creatures. Next turn I'm probably going to cast Fae of Wishes. Yeah, this is 2 life that I shouldn't have taken. I should have played the mountain. But I think I do want to get this down to be able to remove some nonsense. So I assume they're going to Scrylance and Agonizing. We're going to lose our Bolas. Next turn, we're going to see what's in our opponent's hand. Hopefully we can go and get a Fires of Invention. The only issue there is then we need to start top decking some actual removal spells. And draw. So they go for Teferi. Do they bounce the Nightmare?
Let's slow this down.
I guess they might as well. Yeah, it slows my ability to deal with their stuff, but it does seem a little off. So there are several things that I can be doing here. I can just play the Elspeth Nightmare, and they could put... I'm trying to think of what is the least likely to get them to use their Agonizing Remorse and have them use Atris. And I think that's just casting... I don't know. I do not know at all. Because if I cast Fae of Wishes, they're certainly going to be taking something. 5 mana. I think I'm just going to cast Elspeth Nightmare. This is one of those decisions that I think is very integral to the way the game plays out, but I unfortunately was running a little bit low on time. I would have preferred to take a little bit more thought on that. Because I could have gotten a backup threat like Sarkhan. I'm hoping my opponent's just a little greedy, but it doesn't look like it. Looks like they're going to go for the Agonizing Remorse, which I guess is fine if they have another instant sorcery I can take. Or non-creature, I guess. I'm going to get Remorse. Bolas is going to go bye-bye. Oh, they're going to remorse me on my draw. That's fine. Sure. So Bolas still going to go bye-bye. There's no way you take anything but Bolas here. I don't see the point of the deliberation. You get to see my cards consistently. I have the ability to cast Nicol Bolas this turn. How is this even a consideration? Thank you. Took you long enough. Alright, let's see what's in their hand. Luckily I have Thought Erasure, so I can take one of the Atrises. Okay. They're gonna Atris next turn. That is for sure. So I think I would rather... Yes, I would rather Fae of Wishes and use my Thought Erasure on the following turn to get rid of some shit. The question is, what do I get here? Yeah. I could try to get Sharon. Sharon is probably one of the stronger cards I can get here. Obviously, Fires of Invention is great, but I cannot, like, consistently, like, get it, so... So I think I'm going to go with Sharon. So they're definitely going to cast Atris.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
Unless I just have like another discard spell. So this is what Esper. I'm a little loath to say control because I've seen nothing but discard Tefers and Atris, right? So this, I mean, this could technically be a mid-range deck that's just had a slow start, but based on the number of temples, I'm going to say this is probably just Esper Control. It's possible I should consider putting Atris back in the deck. Wow, they did just have another discard spell. Okay. Bye, Chandra. I'm going to go ahead and erase my opponent's thoughts. And cast Fae of Wishes. So this game is almost certainly over. Yeah, we just couldn't capitalize on our powerful cards. And we're starting to get drowning card advantage thanks to Tefers and this coming up Atris. I'm trying to get him to take the Godless Shrine. Yes! Fucking got him! You made it! That's a small victory. Even if a little Pyrrhic. I'm not using it right.
Oh, I've done the hero thing
Damn it.
before.
Pyrrhic. Of a victory, one at too great a cost to have been worthwhile for the victor. Essentially. So... I'm just going to concede. Yeah. I think at this point with their Teferi being able to bounce their own Atris to get even more value, I don't think it's possible for me to win that game. We take these out. We take these out. Do we take these out? We might not. We might bring those back in. We bring in Thought Distortion. We bring in pretty much all of our Planeswalkers. Ashioks, that, Eugene. We essentially just get a bit bigger. We're going to take out Tyrant Scorn. This is rocking the no removal, and they could have something like Thief of Sanity, but I still have access to these and these. This essentially stays in because it's another discard spell, right? But yeah, everything else we essentially just shift the deck upwards, have a lot stronger plays in general, and fewer dead draws. So hopefully this is sufficient to win this matchup. I ran out of agua, and I did not refill. Look up a little bit more of the etymology of this word. The word Pyrrhic comes from the Greek general Pyrrhus. Oh! The Greek general Pyrrhus, who defeated the Romans at the Battle of Asculum, but lost so many troops that he couldn't defeat Rome itself. Yeah, get fucked. Pyrrhic. It's a cool name. Spelled cool. Coolly. Spelled coolly. Yes. Because I'm modifying how it's spelled. Not it. The name is cool. The name is spelled coolly. Yes. English grammar. I would like to play first, thank you. This hand is bad. This hand is almost worse. Fuck you, dude. I can't keep that. I can keep this. Goodbye. I can potentially get them on like a Fabled Passage or a Birth, but I think just having the potential response, although now I'm realizing I don't have double black. So I think not having double black, it does make Ashiok edge Murderous Rider out just slightly. And when I say just slightly, I mean just slightly. The magnitude of the effect size. Very small. That's a fantastic card to have. I can remorse them next turn before they get to a Thought Erasure or remorse me. Then on turn 3 I can Ashiok. By turn 4 we'll see if I can Fires of Invention without them Teferi bouncing it. Let's see where this goes. Keep it on top, put it on the bottom, keep it on top. Okay. I will admit that I missed where their first Scry went. And we just get rid of Thought Erasure. That does mean that they can counter our Ashiok here for the single mana they're going to hold up, because I assume they're going to play that Temple. That was right. I'm not going to catch Ashiok this turn. They have 2 shocks. I'm essentially going to see if they're going to hold up. If they're going to use their shocks. If they go, like, land 2 mana discard spell, I'm fucked. Like, I just lose at that point. Oh, don't do it to me. Okay, that's fine. So now I can get a Fires of Invention down, plus an Ashiok. What do they grab? Come on, nothing. Not likely, but possible. No, they're taking long enough that there's an option. Fuck, that card's pretty decent. Luckily... okay, fantastic. Okay. We have a game plan. We play this, we play Ashiok, we exile some shit. They don't have the ability to cast this just yet. Next turn... Doop, doop, doop. Ah, fuck. I would have loved them to get that shit. Next turn, I'll be able to Fae of Wishes, go into my sideboard, and grab something. I don't know what yet.
Meditate and
fucking Dovin's Veto. Alright, never mind. I won't be able to grab shit. This game is lost. Damn. Yeah, and this is one of the definite reasons why you may want to have stronger cards in the sideboard, essentially. Stronger, like, more aggressive cards. Things like Legion War Boss and whatnot. It's because you can start pressuring your opponent. So yeah, if I had something like, instead of Ashiok, if I had, not Murderous Rider, wouldn't have helped. Even just Thief of Sanity, right? Like, what are they going to do about Thief of Sanity on this board? Fucking nothing. Like, they're going to Elspeth Conquers Death it next turn, but I'll get to steal something. And that can usually snowball me. I'm going to cast this, but my opponent should just Dovin's Veto it. Technically, they can wait. No, I guess technically they should wait. Yeah, since it has to be a non-creature spell anyway, they should wait to see what I get. So unfortunately, I don't have Chandra mana, but also Chandra's in my deck, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's pretty much nothing I can get here. I'm just going to concede. That was the break sometimes. You win some, you lose some. With the greater prevalence of... Where am I? Forgot. With the greater prevalence of control, specifically counter-based control, I do wonder if I need to make modifications to this such that I have a little bit more pressure in game one. A part of doing that could literally just be swapping out Kefnet for Atris, and you might be saying, well, that's not necessarily pressure. The reason it is because it's less power, but it comes with its own card advantage, whereas with Kefnet I have to wait several turns. So it's a type of pressure, it's a card advantage pressure, right? Kefnet can get card advantage pressure, but it's like slower, whereas Atris, I guess, is more like it starts off big and then peters off. One possibility is that I might just not need Moomin Rider, which sounds utterly insane, but it's possible that I should be cutting Moomin Rider for like main deck 3-drop creatures. Creature 3-drop. Let's do uncommons, rares, and mythics because I'm not playing any commons. Just in these colors. Justin. Borrower. I just don't like the card very much. It doesn't work with Fires of Invention anyway. Kraken's funny, but I don't think the double blue is worth it. It's not worth the price of admission, as it were. I could technically go back to Bonecrusher Giant. Bonecrusher Giant does do a pretty good job at dealing with some threats. However, it's a lot more aggressive. So Bonecrusher Giant is definitely on the top end of that modification of 3-drops in game one. Legion War Boss, I don't think I would do game one, and for what it's worth, I don't expect I would do any like sideboard 3-drops. Thief of Sanity is probably the one I would do just because I am a man of greed, and I like to be greedy. But I guess for me, it really is just between Thief and I guess technically War Boss, but I think Bonecrusher Giant even is a little bit stronger, and that's simply due to the fact that it's a nuisance for your opponent to deal with. So if you're playing this deck and you're thinking about changing because you're kind of sick of fighting against control, I think swapping out probably, well, I haven't been having a difficult job with aggro, so it's possible it's like 2 Nightmares, 1 Rider. Because remember, we're not changing the amount of cards we give a shit about for Kefnet, and since we're not playing Narset, we also don't care. So we have 3. I'm actually going to go 2 and 1 because I'm a man of chaos, but I think that's what I'm going to do. And I would suggest doing something similar, not necessarily the exact same thing, but if you're finding yourself struggling with specifically control and you know that your aggro matchups are fine, then I would suggest probably cutting some number of Elspeth's Nightmare and or Murderous Rider. As always, the Bolas videos have been a little bit more analytical and a little less funny. I don't know. So, people enjoy the Bolas stuff, which I definitely appreciate because it's like my favorite content to produce. That said, I'd like to thank my lovely patrons, especially Zin, for continued support. If you'd like to join them in supporting the show, you'll find links to that in the description below, along with a bunch of other like really helpful links. In my opinion, I've got the best description in the game. I have like all the information that you need in my descriptions. If I'm wrong, call me out on that shit. But I'm pretty sure I have the best descriptions in the game. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and tap that like button. As a subscription, share, man, cast a comment in the comment section down below, pass the turn and the vid to some of your friends, and of course, until next time, all will be one.